Hey, what's up, YouTube? So I just wanted to do a quick broadcast, just to talk about last night. I just randomly I went on um, Aliengirl, and Stephen Cambian was on there with Ollie, and Añjali actually joined up on there as well. And I joined right after this. This is right around the they've a link to this in the description. It's right under the hour and 58-minute mark. But I jumped on there with Steve Cambian, who's another skeptic and a skeptical researcher in this community. He does really good research, and he's talked to Anjali and done a bunch of interviews with her as well. Apparently, back in April, she came out and said that she had met some. She had been brought into this council meeting or whatever by this guy who she was introduced to named Wayne, and brought him out on this property and into a tunnel where she met and talked to, I guess telepathically communicated with a bunch of extraterrestrials, according to her. There's no pictures, no evidence, but it's gotten a lot of attention on UFO Twitter from a number of people, and it's gotten a lot of attention within the UFO community. And I hadn't really looked into it that much. I knew that Steve Cambian was doing some research into it. I hadn't really dug into it much, but I figured I'd jump on the stream anyway, and I stayed on there for about an hour, and until GUFON came on, and he was really being bullying and abrasive. So I just decided to leave at that point. But she ended up calming him down, and but it was crazy. I have respect for people like this who are willing to talk to skeptics and people like myself, who ask ask a lot of difficult questions and try to, dig into this and give different perspectives and stuff. I did ask a couple joke questions and try to be funny on there too. So not every question was serious, but she responded well, and she did good. I thought I didn't have any reason to think she was not lying to me or not believing what she was saying, and but again, there's very little proof in this case, and it's just one of those hard ones to reconcile. But I told her that, hey, I'd be willing to take a hike out there if they get an expedition team and we can put a group together. I'll be willing to go along and be a witness and proof, man. If we can go out there and get some proof of some definite aliens, man. But I definitely got to ask her some interesting questions and stuff. And she wouldn't tell me a lot about anything that could give me geographical location data about, where this base was. Although I snuck in a question, because she said it was like a mine shaft almost, so I was asking questions about the mine shaft construction, about where she was led down, and questions about this tunnel, which seemed benign. And she's like, no one's ever asked me that before. Did it slope up or down into the hill? And the reason I asked that question was actually, because different types of mines are, you could identify what type of mine it is potentially, and then, locate it by geological locating. But anyways, I don't mean to pry into where this location is, that if there's aliens there. I just, I don't know. I would like to meet aliens. And I told her that tonight I'd be looking and watching out my window into the skies. And so after this quick, yeah, she did work for the Defense Intelligence Agency, and she said she did some. I asked her a bunch about that. Go, guys! Yeah, I got to ask her a bunch of questions. I asked her about her run for political office that people have brought up, that she did some political campaigning and stuff. So I asked her a lot about these kinds of questions, and tried to get some kind of answers out of her about, I'll go on this expedition with you, and find this place and film it. I don't know why she apparently, some people got confused and said she was backing out on the expedition and not doing it anymore, and that's not the case. She said that the property owner, Wayne, is causing issues with people going out there and hiking down on his property now, that is worried about this. And of course, I don't know. She's also claims that she's worried about the aliens, these you know. And I try to give people the benefit of the doubt. I'm skeptical and analytical. So heck, I asked as much questions as I could and got as much information. And I don't really know what people think about this or where I could get with it, but I'd be willing to go out on the expedition and bring cameras and maybe some scientific equipment, basic science equipment. But as far as I'm concerned, it just sounds. Steve Cambian is actually convinced that she had a DMT trip. Okay, and that like this guy, they hiked her or brought her out there. I didn't ask. I tried to ask her, do they hike out there? Did you drive out there on ATVs? Did you like how'd you get out there? And she wouldn't share any information about that. And I just how far it was, and she didn't want people finding this location because apparently there's people who have already been trying to figure out where Wayne is property, who's Wayne, and where the property is located, and trying to track this all down. It was an interesting conversation. I didn't really get very far with it. I think we're doing much better work. I told her about the work that we're doing with trying to figure out the technology and stuff with APEC, and I definitely think that the research and the anti-gravity stuff is going to be a better use and focus of my time than trying to explore stories like this. Of course, if she's gets the expedition together and people are willing to pay for it, I'm the kind of guy I want to make myself available to this community as a witness and an ambassador for this type of stuff, man. If we're going to meet aliens and have first contact, I want to be on that team. I want to be there, guys. I want to be running this disclosure process with them. You know what I'm saying, guys? So, she could have been a victim of a disinformation campaign, right? Did these people know that she worked for the DIA? Did they bring her out here and set her up for this? There's a lot of questions I have, man. She seemed like she believed what she was saying, and that she had a lot of evasive and interesting answers. Though it's definitely something people, body language experts, and other people. Everyone's watching this right now on UFO Twitter. It's gotten a lot of views, so go check it out. And there's a bunch of people doing shows on it to talk about it tonight. Yeah, Aliengirl's here. Yeah, that was epic, man. That was like, we had an awesome time, and I got to ask a lot of questions. There was a lot of great questions from the live chat that got asked. Ollie here, it started off as an interview she was doing with Alien Addict Ollie, and he asked a lot of great questions too. But then it just turned into this, like, I don't know. It was just a weird mashup. It was definitely cool, and I had a good time. And it was just something strange that happened, and people should go check out. And I wanted to just talk about it here real quick. There's a bunch of people doing shows. Tom Fessler and I think a couple other people. GUFON, I think, is doing a show on it, talking about this tonight, because GUFON came on afterwards, and he was really rude and abrasive with her at first, and they calmed down by the end, like I said. But I had to dip out at that point anyway, because it was getting late, and she, like, I can understand Aliengirl was like psyched having these people on. She just wanted to keep it going, and that was cool. So yeah, definitely we're gonna do a show. So check out Aliengirl's channel here, and check out that stream. There's a link to this video in the description, and definitely a fun time. Some interesting things. Again, it starts around an hour and 58 minutes or so. So yeah, Rich came on, and it was a little he's like known as this bully in ufology. He beats up a lot of people. I'm kind of a bully too, but not like him, man. He's really he was really abrasive, man. He's like, how's Wayne doing? I heard he has cancer. I was like, it was worse than that though, the way he said it. Go watch it, guys. I almost want to clip it up and play parts of it for you. Let's just watch that part, right? Anyways, go watch it. That's at the end here, towards the end. Yeah, he gets pretty wild. It was pretty crazy. So again, yeah, we're doing. I'm hoping that I'm getting set up for next week. So we're going to I'm going to New Jersey next week to go to the Falcon Space Lab, and we're going to be having the APEC conference will be live. The first in-person APEC conference. We'll be broadcasting, of course, live on Zoom that day, but we're going to have the first, so if you're near New Jersey, you're in New Jersey, you can make it. We're going to have Nick Cook on. This is going to be epic. He wrote The Hunt for the Zero Point. He's done some of the original best research on free energy and anti-gravity technology. He's from the British Defense, and he's a real great researcher. Former aviation editor of Jane's Defense Weekly. Yeah, he stunned the world with some of his stories and reporting that he had done. So Nick Cook's going to be on. That'll be awesome. And then we're going to have the first anniversary live, where we'll be broadcasting for like 2 hours, and then have a big open discussion afterwards. And we're all going to be hanging out down the lab in New Jersey. So if you're nearby, hit us up and we can make reservations for you to come. We're going to go out to dinner. We're going to hang out at the lab. We're going to run anti-gravity and free energy experiments, and we're going to invite members of the public to bring disclosure down. So yeah, an actual legit experiment at Falcon Space. We're gonna do like a whole bunch of them, a whole bunch of legit experiments. A double dog dare you. It'll be great. So yeah, good stuff, man. Definitely come down, and if you guys are around or can be around, or if you're interested in joining, email me or Mark at Falcon Space. And this event's going to be epic. And of course, if you can't make it, you can tune in here on AlienScientist, and it will be broadcast live. Yeah, I'm gonna drop this, and we're gonna go. I'll go see you in the live chat on some of these other channels. I'm getting ready to wind it down and call it a night. Looking forward to it, guys. This will be great. Oh, come on, dude. I asked a lot of good questions, and I asked her, about stuff that, and I made her squirm a bit even, and I made her even, maybe reveal some things that I didn't quite pick up on the first time. So who knows, dude? It's if she's lying, she's going to be found out, and if she's telling the truth, then, I hope that's found out too. But you know what I mean? That's what we're here for, man. I'm not here to sit there and call people a liar. I'm here to find out the truth. And how would you feel if you had an experience and you got abducted by aliens and they probed you in your butt, and you tried to tell people about it and nobody believed you, right? How would you feel? You'd feel doubly violated. All right. So just I'll leave you with that thought for the night. Thank you, guys.